Hi everyone, this is Lauren from Salon Blonde. Today I'm going to be showing you a quick makeup tutorial using products that you can find at Salon Blonde. They include Jane Iredale and Image Skincare. Alright guys, so first I have just gotten out of the shower and I blow dried my hair really quick. The moisturizer that I have prepped my skin with today is the Image. It's a tinted moisturizer. I use it sometimes just as my makeup. So this is the new formula and I love it. I know previously a lot of my guests had said that it was a little on the orange side, but this is the new one and it's awesome. Prime my skin with the Absence primer. It is a silica based primer. So I'm just putting a little bit on my fingertip like that, and I'm just gonna put it in the areas where I'm really shiny and my makeup tends to not make it through the day. So next, I will be using the Jane Iredale BB5. What I do with this, take the tip of it and I'm just gonna barely squeeze it. So like a little bit comes out, just like that. And I have been working with it for a while, so I know exactly how much to use and not overuse it because it can be a little bit heavy. So just be careful. You can see it's not like gobbed up on my skin. It's really easy to use. So I'm just gonna use my flock sponge and I'm just gonna work that in. Oh yeah, shout out to Emily at Salon Blonde. She does my lash extensions. I get a ton of people asking me about my lash extensions, and she's my girl. I really love this BB foundation by Jane. It is a super clean foundation. It is awesome for acne prone skin because even if you happen to sleep in your makeup, it's not going to cause you additional breakouts. I also love that it has SPF 30 and it is a super clean line that has anti-aging properties. So you can see here, I'm just going to go over some of my trouble spots where I have extra coverage needed. I'm just going to work that product in on top of the thin layer that I have already applied. Next, I'm going to be showing you how I do my brows. What I use for that is I use a spoolie and I just push them straight up. And the reason why I do that is because I can really see where the holes are. So you see, there's one. I don't really have a tail on either brow, but that's what eyebrow pencils are for. So again, I'm going to be using the Jane Iredale. Jane has a ton of different products for eyebrows. She does make a couple of different powders. I'm just using the liner in taupe. I do get my brows shaped at Salon Blonde. I see Emily or Amy. I love them both. They are our estheticians and they're both fantastic. Okay, so now that I've got my brows filled in, I'm gonna go over them. I use this as a setting powder. It's really just a pressed powder. But the great thing about Jane Iredale is that you can turn any pressed powder into a loose powder simply by scraping it. I just like to use my handy brush, little short guy, and you don't need a lot. Just boop, boop, knock off the excess. And then I go over my brows to kind of lock them in place. Once I have that on, I like to go and do my highlighting. So I am using the Jane Iredale Golden Shimmer. It's a liquid. You don't need a lot. That tube will last you forever. Most of Jane Iredale's stuff, I only have to re-up like once a year. So that's a really great thing about it. It's very, very concentrated and you don't need a lot. So, just using my ring finger, I'm just gonna apply that along my cheekbones. Well, the top of them, I guess. See that? Mm-hmm. Yes, girl. This is great for opening up your eyes. If you're tired, mama, like me, and you need all the help you can get. I like to put a little bit in the middle of my nose, and then I put a little bit right there in my Cupid's bow, and then right underneath my bottom lip. And then whenever I put my lipstick on, it makes my lips look a little bit bigger. So next, I like to use, again, the pressed powder. I'm gonna be using the blending and contouring brush by Jane Iredale. So I'm gonna be taking the pressed powder called Riviera. Put a little bit underneath my cheekbones. You can kind of see a line, not really. And then I go in my temples, and I also go along my hairline, this temple, and then this little bit of jawline I have, I put it under there, not on top of it, under it, and then I pull it down. So next, I apply my blush. I use Flawless. It's a pressed, it's matte. I don't really like a shimmery blush, but that's just my personal preference. So I'm gonna be using the Chisel Powder Brush by Jane Iredale. A little goes a long way with this, and I just like to tap that onto the apples of my cheeks, and then kind of work it up into my temple so that it can marry my highlighter. Next, we'll be doing eyes. Now, I don't line my eyes, and I don't wear mascara because of my eyelashes. I don't need it. My favorite eyeshadow of all time is Supernova by Jane Iredale. And it looks good with any eye color. Even for people who have like hooded lids, it's really great because it's not, like, if you put it all the way up your eyelid, it's fine because it's just such a beautiful neutral color, and it has hints of violet in it, which can make, like, if you have yellow in your eye, it can make that pop. If you have brown eyes, it can make that pop. It's just my favorite eyeshadow ever. So I'm gonna be using the sculpting brush by Jane Iredale, and I'm just tapping it in. Just on my lid. I mean, is that not so beautiful? If you've been considering getting eyelash extensions, my vote is yes. Yes, just do it. I mean, I don't have to wear mascara. That means I don't have to take off mascara. And to me, that's important because I'm not like pulling on my eyes to try to get off mascara. So I think everybody should have eyelash extensions. Next, I'm going to be taking an angled brush like this one. And I'm going to use double espresso. And I'm just going to go down onto my lash line and tap. Instead of using like a really heavy liner. I don't have big eyes. So I feel like if I do a really heavy liner, it can really close my eyes. And I like the look of them being more open and brighter. And that way it looks like I got sleep. Right. Okay. So I just tap that in on my lash line. And you can use your angled brush to kind of put a little bit of a wing on it if you want. But I don't always do that because lash extensions. And I take my angled brush and I just work it in at my waterline. The 24 karat powder. And I'm going to put that right there in the inner corner of my eye. And just open it up. So I have hazel eyes, so this works really well with my eyes. So see, a little more wide awake. Then I like to use the Jane Iredale Balance setting spray. I love the way it smells. So fresh. The liner that I'm using in the video is called Nutmeg, and the lip color that I'm using is called Ella. Okay, so that is how I do a quick makeup. Just something, again, you could wear it out on a date night, or you could wear it to the office or to the grocery store. Why not?